"Hey guys, welcome to Sky World." Former President Barack Obama told CNN Thursday that meeting with dictators or other anti-democratic leaders is just one of the complex facets of the American presidency. Speaking in an exclusive interview with CNN's chief international anchor Christiane Amanpour, Obama said he dealt with many figures he didn't agree with during his time in the Oval Office. "Look, it's complicated," Obama said in an interview from Greece, where he is discussing issues of democracy. "The President of the United States has a lot of equities. And when I was president, I would deal with figures in some cases who were allies, who, if you pressed me in private, do they run their governments and their political parties in ways that I would say are ideally democratic? I'd have to say no." The full interview with Obama airs at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on CNN in a hour-long special, Obama and Amanpour. Will democracy win? The comments come just hours before the White House rolls out the red carpet for Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at an official state visit. Modi has been accused by human rights groups of a drift toward authoritarianism but is also the leader of the world's most populous democracy and is seen by the White House as an important bulwark against China's growing influence. Obama cited his work with Chinese President Xi Jinping on climate change as an example of finding common interests, even with leaders with poor human rights records. This week, Biden likened Xi to a dictator in comments to donors in California. "You had to do business with him, because they're important for national security reasons. There are, a range of economic interests," Obama said. "I do think that it is appropriate for the President of the United States, where he or she can, to uphold those principles and to challenge whether behind closed doors or in public, trends that are troubling. And so I'm less concerned about labels than I'm concerned about specific practices," he went on. Modi, who was being feted by Biden on Thursday, has demonstrated a drift toward authoritarianism that has worried the West. He's cracked down on dissent, targeted journalists, and introduced policies that human rights groups say discriminate against Muslims. Obama acknowledged that he also worked with Modi on climate change and other areas, but he said that raising concerns about Indian democracy must also enter into diplomatic conversations. "Part of my argument would be that if you do not protect the rights of ethnic minorities in India, then there is a strong possibility India at some point starts pulling apart. And we've seen what happens when you start getting those kinds of large internal conflicts," he said. Obama's trip this week to Greece marked a return to the site of one of his final foreign stops as president. In 2016, shortly after Trump had been elected his successor, Obama hailed the enduring power of American democracy from the ancient birthplace of the system. Back then, as his supporters back home and foreign counterparts alike worried about the future under Trump, Obama said American democracy was bigger than any one person. He lent symbolism to his commitment to democratic ideals when he climbed the Acropolis in central Athens and toured the Parthenon, the 2,500-year-old temple built by ancient Greeks, dedicated to the goddess Athena. He also toured the museum constructed near the site that houses antiquities from the era. Since then, however, concerns both about American and global democracy have only intensified. Trump's false claims about the 2020 election and the ensuing insurrection attempt at the U.S. Capitol laid bare how fragile the American system remains. And autocrats around the world have consolidated power. While in Greece, Obama also met with participants from the Obama Foundation Leaders Program. The leaders from Africa, Asia and Europe participated in group sessions with the former president and offered presentations of their work toward advancing democracy and finding solutions to societal issues.